Today, grade 8. Today is our subject in computer 8. We are in third quarter, week 1. My name is Rinaldo B. Malimban. For our third quarter in first week from E-Class Online Learning Platform, today in our lesson we speak about the introduction to Adobe Illustrator. In the basic introduction of the Adobe Illustrator, Illustrator is a vector drawing program. It is often used to draw illustrations, cartoons, diagrams, charts, and logos. Unlike bitmap images that stores information in our grid of dots, Illustrator uses mathematical equation to draw out the lines and shapes. So this makes vector graphics scalable without the loss of resolution. So speak about the vector graphics. It is a computer of software that enables user to design or modify to edit vector graphics images from a computer and save them as file into the number of vector graphics formats. It is often used to draw illustration, cartoons, diagram, as I said, and also the makes vector graphics scalable without the loss of resolution. So it is a part of the image of the background color that runs of the edge of printing area in documents before the document is trimmed down to the size. Okay, next. This is the figure of the Adobe Illustrator. We have the menu bar, the tools panel, the final title bar, the selected tool name. Okay, if you are creating your Adobe Illustrator with the vector graphics. Now, speaking of vector graphics, vector graphics are comprised of paths which are defined by start and end point. Why? Because it's defined by the start of the endpoint along with other points, curves, and angles along the way. A path can be a line, a square, a triangle, or a curvy shape. These paths can be used to create a simple drawings or complex diagrams. Now, what is the advantage and disadvantage of vector and raster? The advantage of vector graphics is number one is scalable without resolution lost. Next is the lines are crisp and sharp at any sizes. Print and high resolution, smaller file size, and also the good for drawing illustrations. Unlike the disadvantage of vector graphics, before that, this is the example of the vector graphics. Okay, next proceed to the next slide. The disadvantage of vector graphics, which is the drawing tend to the look flat and cartoon, hard to produce photorealistic drawing. So if we comparing the images with the scaled up of raster and vector using the image of this is some of the resolution from the raster. Okay, so that is the example, the flat like the vector drawing. Another is this one. So the figure first from the before the slide is the what you call the raster feature, and the second one is the vector Illustrator graphics vector. Okay, so if you notice these two features, from the vector to raster, the features, the raster is very blurred. Okay, so we have 4 sets of example of the vector and the raster. So the advantage is the scalable without resolution loss. The line is very crisp and sharp of any size, and the smaller file size. But the disadvantage of the vector graphics of the raster is the drawing tend to look flat and cartoons that produce the realistic drawings. Next proceeds to another slides is the Adobe Illustrator can create, and what are the following of these? One is the logos. Next is packaging design, the maps, posters, the web graphics, the brochures, the technical drawings like floor plans and architectural sketches, and the photorealistic drawings. Let's move on from the opening Adobe Illustrator. So to open the Adobe Illustrator program, do one of the following. First step is to click the Adobe Illustrator icon from the desktop, or it might be click the start button from the lower left of your screen. Then click all programs Adobe Master Collection by CS6. That is the version of Adobe Illustrator. Now, how to create a new document? So to create a new document in Illustrator, we follow these steps. One is you have to choose File, New, because the new document dialog box will appear. So we will use it to determine the new document's profile, size, a measurement of unit, color, mood, page orientations, and number of artboards you want in the documents. Okay? Next is the enter name for your new file in the name text field. Third, choose a profile from the new document profile drop-down list. And what are the list? You have to selecting the correct profile setups, preferences such as resolutions and color correctly to determine the document profile drop-down. Another creating is number 4 is enter number of artboards you want in document. Fifth, choose from the size drop-down list or type measurements in the width and the height text fields to set the size of the document page. Six is page size. Now, you have to choose a page size from the menu or type values for width and height. So the page size represents the final size you want after bleeds or trimming under marks outside the page. So the Adobe Illustrator provide presets. These are ready-made sizes for the commonly used document like a letter in the short band paper, or it might be the legal long band paper in the tabloid. So you can change the unit size from points to inches. Click on the units drop down and choose inches. Next steps is orientation. Why orientation? Because you have to click the portrait to tall or landscape to wide the icons. Next is the document profile. You have to choose profile that you need for your project and click OK. So that must better that new file opens in the document window are ready to use. Now what are some of these quick tips? When you enter a larger value in height, the portrait icon is very selected. And then when you enter the larger value in width, and the landscape icon is very selected also. If you click the opposite icon, the height and the weight values switches. And if you want enter the incorrect information in the document setup dialog box, or if you need to adjust any of information while you are working, you can make changes anytime by clicking File, Document Setup, More Options. As well as when you make a graphic for brochure or any printable items, click Print. And when you make graphic for web page or any image or upload, click Web. Okay, so that is very quick tips for creating a new documents. Next, let's proceed. After the creating, you have to saving the Adobe Illustrator documents. Now, so this Adobe a native Illustrator format, and only Illustrator is able to read this file format. When saving in .i format, you retain all editable and transparency in your file. So the the .i format is used to save your file while you are working on the file, so that especially if you want to save your file into the Photoshop or in design. So let us to save an Illustrator documents to follow these steps. One is to click File and Save. Next, enter a file name. Third, choose Adobe Illustrator .ai from the save .ai from the save as type of drop-down list. Four, navigate to location where you want to save the document, and then you have to click Save. Follow that. Select from the available options. And what are the options? First is the version. So you have to specify an Illustrator version in which to save. And then the fonts. So the fonts specify when to embed the entire font of characters. Create a PDF compatible. To select to save the PDF in the file. Include link files, because you have to select include the link files. Embed ICC profiles. To select embed the color profiles. Use compression. You select to compress the files. Next is to save each artboard to separate file. To select to save artboards in a file. And lastly, transparency. Specify options for transparent objects, and then you have to click OK. That is how to save an Adobe Illustrator documents. Now, let us move to speed up. How can we exporting the artwork to other file formats? So you have to choose File Export, to select location for the file and enter the file name. Select a format from the Save As, type the pop-up menu and click Save. From JPEG or Joint Photographic Experts Group, it is commonly used to save photographs. The JPEG format retains all colors information in an image. JPEG are also standard format for displaying images over the web. What are more? How to export option. It's also the quality. So the quality determines the quality of the size of the JPEG file. So choose an option from the quality menu or enter a value between 0 to 10 in the quality text box to make sure that in different font, a big size of the letter or a word or the picture. So you have to make sure to set up between 0 to 10 in the quality text box. Next is color model. In the color model determines the color model of the JPEG file. So you have to choose it, any colors of the JPEG file. Next is the method and the scans. So to select baseline from the standard to use a format recognized by the most web browsers, baseline optimized for the optimized color and the slightly smaller file size, and progressive to display a series of increasingly detailed scans. So you specify how many as the image downloads. Baseline, optimized, and progressive or JPEG images are not supported by all web browsers. Again, JPEG images are not supported by all web browsers. And the diff. To determine the resolutions of the JPEG file, choose custom to specify a resolution. Next is anti-alias. Why? Because we can remove jagged edges in the artwork by simpling it, or deselecting this option helps maintain the hard of edge of line art when it is rasterized. And also the image map to generate code for image maps. If you select this option, you select click side by .html or server side or .map to determine the type of file that is generated. And the embed ICC profiles saves ICC profiles in the JPEG file. Next is the PNG or portable network graphics. It is used for lossless compression for the display of images on the web. PNG supports 24-bit image and produce background transparency without jagged edge. PNG preserves transparency in a grayscale and RGB images. Now, how can we export option by using PNG or portable network graphics? One is the resolution. When the resolution determines the resolution of the rasterized image, higher resolution values result, and a better image quality but larger file sizes. Also the color. Specifies a color for filling transparency. Choose transparent to preserve transparency, while to fill transparency with the white, black to fill transparency with the black, or under the select another color for filing transparency. The anti-alias also, by moving in PNG or portable network graphics, it removes drag edge in the artwork by super simpling it. Deselecting this option help maintain the hard of edge of line art when it is rasterized. And the interlace displays low resolution versions of the image as the file downloads in the browsers. Interlacing make download time shorter but also increases file size. So let's try to review or refresh. We have the Adobe Illustrator in the computer software that enables user to design, modify, and edit vector graphics images from computer and save them as files into the number of the vector graphics formats. From the vector graphics, I compromise of paths which defined by the start and the end point along with other points, curves, and angles along the way. So the path can be line, a square or a triangle, or a curvy shape. So these are some example by another saving your image file format. From the raster images, we have the JPEG, the GIF, the PNG, portable network graphics, the TIFF, the RAW, the PSD. But in vector images, we have the PDF, EPS, and AL. So that's all for today. For more updates, please monitor our e-class online learning platform. Thank you. Again, my name is Rinaldo B. Malimban, your Computer 8.